Welcome along to David Park for this Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Football Championship final. Coming to you live here on what is turning out into a damp day. The rain beginning just to fall here, but conditions otherwise you would say is perfect. The pitch looking absolutely immaculate here, and you have to give credit to the David Park committee and the club here, looking splendid for this. An eagerly awaited encounter. The reigning champions Moneyglass won their first senior championship title last year when they stopped St Paul's, their opponents today, from going for 10 in a row. And the man beside me, Oran McNeilis, was the man behind that team, Moneyglass, that done it. It was a magical year last year. Oran, yourself, you were part of the management team of Moneyglass, so to come here and to beat St Paul's last year, ending their 10 in a row, so I'm sure St Paul's today will be out for revenge big time.
Absolutely. It's an intriguing game today. Yeah, you said Moneyglass wrestled the title away, so I suppose going for that 10 in a row. So St Paul's will want to get right back, get back to what they want again. And yes, what makes for a real good encounter. So many variables, so many factors. Who's going to pick up who, and I suppose as we're talking about it, it makes me miss it a little bit. I'd rather be in the line doing maybe something different. But
that was my next question. How different is it this year? You're going to be joining me on commentary instead this year, instead of up and down that sideline shouting instructions.
True. I know I was walking up the steps there. I still got the feeling as I did last year walking up the. Look, it was brilliant last year, but it was important for Moneyglass to get that monkey off their back. That they've been coming, they've a lot of youth, they've been doing a lot of development down through the years, and I suppose that's their fruition starting to come now, and they'll want to retain it. I'm sure they'll not want to give the title back so easy, but that just makes for a great game for us.
It does, and just looking at both teams, looking at Moneyglass first, 10 players were part of the Antrim side that won the Antrim panel that won the All-Ireland Junior Championship title. 5 players from St Paul's were also part of that panel. So in all, today we'll be looking at 15 girls that won an All-Ireland title earlier this year with Antrim. That shows the calibre of players that are in the county, not alone, but that are littered between both of these clubs.
Yeah, I watched those the games against Fermanagh, both the first game in Croke and the replay in Armagh. And obviously the Antrim side is backboned by both clubs here today. Larda Hansi for St Paul's had a real good campaign. Cathy had a really good campaign with Moneyglass. So again, I suppose that's we'll go back to my earlier point in terms of all those factors and variables, like who picks up who today, who will have that influence, who needs to be curbed. That's why it's so hard to call. And obviously you have St Paul's, who are a real proud club, and that the manner in which they got beat last year, they'll not want that to happen 2 years in a row. So that's what I say, is it makes for such a good game. Yeah,
just on last year, the game was over at half time. I think Moneyglass hit 6 goals in that opening half. They really tore St Paul's apart. So you're probably expecting St Paul's to be very tight the first 10-15 minutes in particular. They're not going to let that same happen.
No, they won't let Moneyglass build that lead of steam. And in the same token, Moneyglass need to be careful too, because St Paul's are a real confident side. If they get a lead, how do they react? But certainly the start at Moneyglass last year went a long way on the outcome of the game. So yeah, it makes the first 15 minutes here is going to be huge, for both teams.
Thank you very much, Oran. More from Oran and myself later on, but we're going to just take a short break. Who will be taking home this cup? That is the question. Will it be Moneyglass or will it be St Paul's? Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned with Just Content and Antrim Ladies GAA for live coverage of Moneyglass against St Paul's in the Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Football Championship Final. Scene is set for the Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Football Championship final, live from David Park, where the sun has come out to shine on both Moneyglass, the reigning champions, and St Paul's, hoping to retain that title that was ended in dramatic fashion last year when Moneyglass simply blew them away here in the final last year to end the 10 in a row hopes, and Moneyglass to get their hands on the title for the first time in the club's history. I'll run through both teams, beginning with Moneyglass. They've made one change from the side that was listed in the match programme. Replacing number 9 Laura McCann, in comes number 18 Naomh Neeson. So they will line out with Anna McCann in goals. Full backline of Saoirse McAlean, Emma Louise McAreevy and Naomh McIntosh. Half back line of Eleanor Mallon, Rebecca Bradley and Sarah O'Neill. Aoife Kelly, and now partnered by Naomh Neeson, is in the centre of the park. Half forward line Cleona Griffin, Kathy Carey and Maria O'Neill. And the full forward line then is Anya Devlin, Orla Prenter and Brona Devlin. So the one change is 18 is in place of number 9 on the Moneyglass side. So St Paul's with the Fermanagh custodian, or former Fermanagh custodian, now with Cliftonville playing her soccer Skills is Shauna Murphy. Full back line, Kiva Stewart, Ciara Brown and Emer Rocks. Half back line, Nisha Bourne, Saoirse Tennyson and Stacey McCann. The midfield pairing, Laura DeHunsey and Anya Tuberty. Half forward line, Niamh Enright, Niamh Ritchie. Another change, replacing number 12 is number 22. So Orleah McGuinness replacing her sister Caitlin. And then the full forward line, Kirsty, Fionnuala Rocks and Hannah Doherty. Your referee, the man in the middle from Glenavy, but originally a Glaswegian, is Barry Hodgkiss. So wishing Barry and both sides the very best luck. Oren McNeilis will be joining me on co-commentary as the game is underway here. And we get a word with Oren in a moment, but it's St Paul's with Saoirse Tennyson in possession at the moment. And they'll be looking for a good start because they were blew away before half-time in last year's decider. So they'll be looking to keep it very tight in the early stages. In possession is Fionnuala Rocks. Lets the long ball in and in behind. They might be in here for a goal chance here. An early goal chance, the effort, but it's across the front of the post and out and wide. And if you wanted a good start, it's took a deflection, it's out for a 45. But Oren, what a chance for St Paul's to rattle the net in the early stages.
What a chance. I hope they don't live to regret that one. That would have been the start they were really looking for. Just see that, I suppose, as both teams are starting to kind of line out, you start to see the setup. St Paul's look as if they're going to go with a couple of sweepers here maybe. Starting to see some of the matchups as well. You see Cathy's went the corner forward and been tracked there. You see Sarah O'Neill's marking Laura DeHunsey. It's some of the, I suppose, the one-on-ones here is going to be crucial of the outcome of the game.
So Laura DeHunsey is the girl that is going to take this 45. Had an outstanding year in Antrim colours. But there's a hold up first because there's a player down receiving treatment at the moment, and that is a Money Glass player. So just a hold up at the moment, and the last thing Money Glass want to do is to pick up a knock in the early stages and have to receive a change of a player in the early stages. I'm not sure what happened, Oren, but
I never seen it. I think somebody was very brave there. Just went in, try and put their body in the line, but
seems to be maybe a bloody nose.
Yeah, I think it's Brona Devlin actually. It's down.
So in your picture there, you will see Laura DeHunsey waiting to get the go-ahead for the 45, which she does now. Places the ball on the 45-metre line. So Laura, the Money Glass player, back on her feet. So Laura looking to try and play it short here, and does so. And plays it back and takes the return. Still on the 45-metre line. And she's going on a little solo run now. Tracked there by Cathy Carey, but Laura has the confidence to go herself, but it just drifts out and wide. But it's good to see a player in the early stages having the confidence to go, although she'll be disappointed not scoring, but at least having the confidence to have a strike.
Absolutely. That wee break and play maybe helped Money Glass there, just compose themselves, just be that chance St Paul's had. You see Anna's went long with this kick out here.
Yeah, very good kick out from Anna, and it's picked up there by Maria O'Neill, another of the county stars. And Maria cutting infield at the moment and plays the ball over here, and an opportunity now for Brona Devlin. And Brona bends her back, gathers possession. It's going to have a go from here, but this one drifts away out and wide. When we arrived here just before 3 o'clock, when I arrived, there was a strong wind blowing into those goals. The dressing room end and the scoreboard end here, but the wind is gone now, so it's perfect conditions.
It is just a wee small light rain there just before, a wee bit greasy in the surface, but the conditions is absolutely unreal for a county final. The setting, just everything about it. The sun's out now, and I suppose you just hope for that good game on the back of it. And
a nice crowd in to watch it as well, Oren. And I have to say, I walked across the pitch, and the pitch is absolutely immaculate. So credit to Davitt's GA club. And that kick out there from Shauna Murphy. It's knocked down, and it's a battle for possession, but the referee has spotted a little push there on the St Paul's player. She went for that ball, and I think it was Orleah McGuinness that was, but it's in now to Kirsty McGuinness, of course, Northern Ireland international soccer player, and Anya Tuberty's going after that one. Who did it hit last? It hit the Money Glass girl, Emma Louise McAreevy, so it's out for a 45. And I suppose Kirsty McGuinness, she'll be fit, having played for Northern Ireland internationals, and her sister Caitlin was named as well to start, but her younger sister then, Orleah, come in, so it'll be interesting to see how they get in to this game. I'll get a word from Oren in a moment about that, but here is a good ball across here, and an opportunity here for the corner back, which is Emer Rocks, that finds herself up in the corner forward position. back to Huntsy again. It's been all St Paul's at the moment. Huntsy tries to jinx her way through and gets away from the challenge. Has a go. It's a dangerous one across, but it just evades. I think it was Anya Tuberty that was at the far post, but it has again taken a deflection. It's out for another 45, and we've had 3 45s already in the opening 4.5 minutes. Or
I see the change. Laura McCann didn't start. Naomh Neeson started for us. I see Naomh has picked up McGuinness here in the corner. St Paul's have had lots of possession. Moneyglass of bodies back behind the ball, but Laura in particular, Laura's very strong both defensively and going forward, and she's not scared to kick the ball, and that could cause Moneyglass problems here.
But it's St Paul's that have started the confidenter, and have they got the first score? Yes, they have, and that could well be Orlia McGuinness. I believe that it is over there that has got the opening score, and that will give her a lot of confidence. A very young player coming into the side. It is indeed Orlia McGuinness, and that was a well struck point because she's a young girl, and it's a big occasion to be playing in a senior championship final, so that will ease any tension or nerves or in the early stages.
Absolutely. I haven't seen much of Orlia. I've heard good reports about her. She moves across the ground very well there. She's very quick, and Moneyglass are going to have to keep tabs on her.
St Paul's have started very confidently for a side that was hit for 7 goals last year, 6 coming in the opening half, so they have started very confidently, it must be said.
They have. They're very organised. They're very comfortable in the ball.
And Saoirse Tennyson just dispossessed there, but a challenge coming in there on Huntsy, on Cathy Carey, who's had an absolutely fantastic year as Cathy Carey, and was rewarded the other night with an Irish News All-Star Award as well. And so too was Laura Huntsy. As they come forward here, Moneyglass, the reigning champions, and the referee spotted an infringement there on Cleona Griffin. And Griffin spreads the ball away over to the far side. There's a race for possession here, and just gets ahead of Orlia McGuinness. There was the corner back, which was Naomh McIntosh, another of the county stars. Gives it back to Brona Devlin. Devlin fists it forward. An opportunity here now for Moneyglass to create something good through the centre. Good Rebecca Bradley. Bradley confronted there by Huntsy, but Bradley gets the effort away. Is that the equalising score? It is a good strong run from Rebecca Bradley.
Absolutely, and Moneyglass will be reliant. They're running ball in around there on the 3/4 line. St Paul's are doing well to stand them up, and they're going to need those players coming through. It's good scoring. Rebecca wouldn't be known for getting too many scores in the game. It's well taken.
I did say it was Laura Huntsy got the All-Star. Actually, it was Anya Tuberty that got the Irish News All-Star Award, along with Cathy Carey. Two of them, Laura Huntsy and Saoirse Tennyson from the St Paul's Club, were named on the All-Ireland Junior Championship squad that was listed there a couple of weeks ago. And there was also Anna McCann, Naomh McIntosh, Sarah O'Neill, Cathy Carey and Orla Prenter from the Moneyglass side. So 8 in all from Antrim. 7 of them out there in front of us. The other girl, of course, plays for Breda, which is Aisling McFarlane. So 8 in all of the Antrim team named in the All-Ireland Junior Championship panel. So a fantastic representation for Antrim, and fantastic representation out in front of us, because 7 of the All-Ireland Junior Champion panel is out in front of us here, which is great, Oran.
Absolutely. They're a joy to watch, and here's one on the ball now. Moneyglass is going to be wanting to see what Orla can produce.
Well, she's trying to jinx her way through. There's 2 players picking her up, but she breaks away there from Ciara Brown. But Prenter has a go. That's a beautiful score from Prenter. Wonderful point, and Moneyglass hit the front for the first time in the game. That's the quality that Prenter takes to the game.
Two players tracking her, and she's just stepped onto her right foot and comfortably put it over. It's a great score. I'll do her confidence no harm going into the rest of this game. Turnover.
So from Mana Native, gives a disappointing kick out, and there might be a goal chance here, but it just didn't fall right there. But a chance now for Maria O'Neill. O'Neill has a go, but it's tipped over. Good save from Shauna Murphy. Made up for the disappointing kick out, but she palms that one over the bar. But it is a point for Moneyglass to open up a 3 points to 1 advantage, but a good save for her.
Excellent save. To be fair, both keepers have shown us 2 and 3 kick-outs each, and short and long kick-out, and varying it.
She's going long this time towards Huntsy. Huntsy gathers possession, sidesteps the challenge there of Cathy Carey. Huntsy still going, breaks away from the challenge. A good strong run here from Laura Huntsy. Still going. She might fancy her chances, but the disappointing effort. She tried to flick it in, and she had the hands down, and the foot come in, and she's won herself a free in. So she's made up for the disappointing pass in, but it was a strong run from Laura.
You'd imagine this will square the game up again. No, sorry, put a second point on the board for St Paul's.
It is an opportunity. I think it's Fanula Rocks is the girl that is going to take this one. with the left foot, so it will suit the left foot kick here of Rocks, and a chance to put 1 point between the sides, and she makes no mistake. Lovely straight between the posts. That's a well struck free, and I suppose as a free taker, I always say you're looking for an easy one to start you off with, and that's the perfect one.
Yeah, it really was. It's just a nice left foot.
Yeah, she sure does. So if she gets in those positions, it'll be a warning for Moneyglass not to be giving away frees. Kathy Carey in possession now, tracked over there by Stacey McCann, but she gets the ball away here to the midfielder, and that's Aoife Kelly. Kelly still going, cuts inside the challenge there, which was from Naomh Enright, but she lays it off now to Maria O'Neill. O'Neill though been pushed away from goals, but she cuts inside, looks for support and gets it here, and an opportunity for Devlin, and Anya Devlin splits the post. Well, treated to some good football, Oran, in the early stages. 10 minutes gone, 4 points to 2 in favour of Moneyglass.
Yeah, St Paul, both teams are putting bodies back behind the ball. As you said at the start, Alan, St Paul's don't want to be caught early with a goal, and they're putting bodies back there. They're doing enough. Moneyglass are showing a bit of composure just in front of goals, then to pop it over.
So in your picture, the Fermanagh native Shauna Murphy getting ready to kick this one out, looking to go long again, and that takes a wicked bounce there, but the referee, I was going to say a push there on the St Paul's girl, but he had spotted the push earlier on the Moneyglass girl, and Kathy Carey takes this one. It's a dangerous one over the top, and Prenter's racing after this one, but good play there
well
from
done, Ciara,
Ciara Brown. Uses her goalkeeper Murphy fixed it out, and that will do Ciara Brown the world of good, winning that battle there against Prenter, because it was a dangerous ball in. Was it an accidental clash, as the referee is giving a free? And Anya Tuberty pleading her innocence.
Ciara obviously, yeah, Ciara's played a lot of her football at midfield. She's picked an Orla Printer up in full back. That's a shrewd move from St Paul's behalf. That could be a good job there if Ciara tries to keep Orla quiet. She started the game very well, Ciara.
She has indeed. She'll have her hands full against Prenter. So a kick in the free taken by Kathy Carey. And coming forward now is Sarah O'Neill. O'Neill looks for support. She gets it from Bradley again. A dangerous one, but it's just shepherded out past the post for a second wide for Moneyglass. And Murphy had that one under control. Miss hit from Rebecca Bradley, who has got a point to her name already, the number 6, but couldn't add to that. It remains 4 points to 2 in favour of Moneyglass, looking for back-to-back titles, as Murphy gets ready to kick this one out, coming to this line this time, and it's a well-placed kick as well, gathered down in front of us there by Naomh Enright, and the whistle sounds from Barry Hotchkiss, and a long ball forward looking for Kirsty McGuinness, who uses her height and controls the ball, and she's got plenty of speed if she gets away, and she's a good strong run here from McGuinness. The solo just let her down. She's still going as Kirsty. This will be a super point if it goes over. It comes back off the upright. It takes a wicked bounce because the ground is so dry, but it comes back to McGuinness. Looks like she's fouled. Yes, she is. She done well to win the rebound. Unlucky with the first one, Oran, but she done well to win the rebound again.
She was. St Paul's have a bit of a ploy here. They're looking for Kirsty with a lot of, that's obviously their output, if you like.
She's a lot of pace if she gets that ball. I remember seeing Kirsty at underage playing for St Paul's coming up, and she's a fantastic player, and that one is fired over the bar. I think it was from the right foot this time. She hit the last free from the left foot, did Fionnuala Rocks, and I think that one was with the right foot, Oran. So both feet.
It's starting to settle into a really good game here, Al.
It sure is. 4 points to 3 in favour of Moneyglass. 13 minutes gone, as you will see on your clock in the top corner. Coverage brought to you again with thanks to Just Content, bringing you live coverage here from the Antrim Ladies Senior Championship Final, sponsored by Northern Property. What a year it has been for Moneyglass. Under 14, under 16 and minor county champions. The under 15s are also Féile champions. The only one they missed out on was last weekend in the junior county final, where the title went to St James's Aldergrove. So it's been a superb year, a lot of good work, as you would know, Oran, you were there working with Moneyglass. You know the good work that has been done, and it's showing on the field as well.
Yeah.
So Anya Tuberty in possession. It goes on a strong run here, does Tuberty. Oh, well blocked down there. Good block down from the Moneyglass girl, and the referee didn't blow there. And there's still Moneyglass going as they try to jinx their way through. They've won a free now, though, just inside their own half, and thought the girl's ankle was clipped, and she is down holding the ankle at the moment over there. And you just see the view away in the background. It is a fantastic setting for a game when you're looking right across Belfast, and when you look away out over the scene. It's fantastic there.
It's a superb setting. They couldn't ask for better here. Davids have put their hand up, I suppose, to the Ladies Association and said, look, we want to host your games, we want to host Antrim games, and I suppose have backed that up with putting on a super show. That
backdrop is something else when you're looking right out over Belfast. So play will resume with a free here to Moneyglass, and it's Brona Devlin in possession. Managed now by Charlie O'Kane from Banagher in the county of Derry, and he's in charge, taking over from the man to my right hand side, of course, on co-commentary, Oran McNeilis, and he's joined by Donal Laverty and Anne-Marie McCormick in the management team. And here's Maria O'Neill. Maria O'Neill, that's a wonderful pass from O'Neill. This could be a goal chance here, an opportunity, and it's in the back of the net from Eleanor Mallon. But what a ball from Maria O'Neill.
What a ball. Where did even Eleanor Mallon get in behind, undetected, if you like? But there was only one outcome, that whenever that ball come across. What vision to get it across there in the first place. Yeah, exactly, the vision of Maria O'Neill. But in fairness, for a wing half back, she used a lot of composure, did Mallon, and sidestepped the challenge before sliding the ball into the back of the net. And there's a battle for possession there, and she done very well, did Fionnuala Rocks on this occasion, sorry. You'd imagine, even at this early stage, the next score is going to be crucial.
So Rocks in possession now. It was Hannah Doherty that was there. It's now an opportunity here, and this one comes in and sails over the bar with the left foot.
Great reply, really, really good reply after that goal.
The ball coming forward here, an opportunity here for Moneyglass. I just want to double check, because I see Kirsty McGuinness wearing 15. She was to wear 13, so I'm not sure who 14 is actually, if it is Fionnuala Rocks or Hannah Doherty. But here comes Moneyglass. An opportunity, has a good sliding run here from Aoife Kelly, but the referee has spotted the foul, and Aoife Kelly. It is Hannah Doherty is wearing 14, so I have to change that. So we were giving all the praise to Fionnuala Rocks, Oran, but Fionnuala's actually wearing 13, and it's Hannah Doherty that's wearing number 14.
Hannah started the game really well. Very composed in front of goal, 2 shots, 2 scores. Seemed to have been a change here at the back. Emma Louise's McGarevey was running on to Kirsty, and he's moved across actually to Hannah actually.
So Pranter pops that free over the bar. So apologies to Hannah Doherty. We're giving the praise to Fionnuala Rocks for those frees. But here's Maria O'Neill again. Maria O'Neill coming forward. It started very brightly. She might fancy a goal. What a finish from Maria O'Neill. A second goal for Moneyglass. And Maria O'Neill, she created the first one, but what a finish there for the second one.
Yeah, Sarah turned over that kick out. The destination, I think, was Orlea, but Sarah read it very well. She got in front, passed it off to her sister Maria, and she really went in the front foot.
And it's Moneyglass now with their tails up, 2 goals already. They hit 6 in the first half in last year's final. Are coming forward, they've 2 already. Here's now a chance for Orla Prenter. Prenter's going to take her point. Yes, she does. And they're just beginning to turn the screw, Oran.
They really are. St Paul's just need to compose themselves a little bit. They're actually playing. St Paul's are playing well. And they're set up okay. When they get the ball inside, they're dangerous. But I suppose just this next period is going to be really important for them.
2-6 to 4 points. Suddenly, there's beginning a little gap between the sides, and they've won the breaking ball again. But in fairness, Laura de Hunsey gets in there and wins that dirty ball. Looks ahead of herself into the corner, looking for Kirsty McGuinness. McGuinness turns. She's a chance here. She's pulled back, and the referee may be taking more than just the free here, because McGuinness had one thing on her mind, and the referee may be having strong words here with the Moneyglass girl.
Yeah, it was fairly cynical.
It was, and I think we could be looking at a sin bin and a yellow card here for the Moneyglass girl, because McGuinness had turned and she was heading for goal.
She was only going one way.
Brona Devlin might feel herself very lucky not to be spending 10 minutes in the sin bin, but in fairness, Barry Hotchkiss has warned her, and I think that'll be her last warning.
She can count herself lucky there.
And this one is fired over the bar by Fanula Rocks. And Rocks reduces the deficit. If they could just keep tagging on a few points, but they've been opened up a little bit too easy at the other end. That slips through the hands of Kathy Carey, but with the help of Marie O'Neill is back with Carey again, and Marie O'Neill sprinting to try and stay with her, but Kathy Carey, now Marie O'Neill in for a second goal, just wide of the post though.
Saoirse Tennyson done incredibly well to get across from the right hand side of the field there, just to put a wee bit of pressure on. The ball slipped across, and yes, Maria should have probably finished it, and I'll be kicking herself, but Saoirse done very well there to get across in front of goal.
The referee just going to have a word here with somebody. The goalkeeper by the looks of it. Not sure exactly. It could be blood on her knee, I think it is. Obviously a cut on her knee, and he just wants that tidied up before he lets play resume.
I think this is Barry's first
county senior final. It is, yes. I was chatting to him before. He's a Glaswegian. He's over here about 6 years now, and he didn't know Gaelic football before he came over here, but he does now, and he's really enjoying it, he said, and is also involved with the county under-16 squad as well, so it's good to see it.
Very deserving, yeah, absolutely.
He said he was offered it a couple of years ago, but he wasn't in the country to do the senior final. He was actually out of the country and wasn't around at the time. He said he was back home in Scotland at the time, so he couldn't do it, but getting his reward this year. Told me that he did do an intermediate final a couple of years ago, but is now getting the big day in the senior final as Orla Pranter gathers possession, tries to break away from De Huntsy. Pranter turns back, looks for support, gets it there from the corner back, which is McIntosh. Niamh McIntosh gives it back again to Pranter. Pranter taking on De Huntsy. Pranter with the left foot. It's a dangerous one. It's still dropping in there, but couldn't be kept in play.
It's
and
really
it drifts
good
out
defending.
and wide.
St Paul's getting plenty of bodies back and putting pressure on the Moneyglass shot.
So 2-6 to 5 points. 21 and a half minutes gone in the opening half of this Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Football Championship final. Coming to you live from Dabbit Park. That's a wonderful kick out from Murphy. Going on to it now is the full forward, which is Hannah Doherty. And there's a battle for possession, but it's Moneyglass to come out of it in possession. The first goal scorer, Ella Mallon. Ella Mallon gives it back, and here come Moneyglass yet again with Sarah O'Neill. O'Neill bends her back, put under pressure, and fouled by De Huntsy. Just bang in the centre of the field. And the referee's whistle sounds. But those breaking balls, those 50-50 balls, is now being won by Moneyglass.
They are. Laura's actually well strapped up there, but it doesn't seem to be affecting her game at all. It's just, she's being aggressive when she needs to be, and seems to be moving very well.
Seems to be okay. Memory serves me right. I think she has that leg strapped in most games. For Antrim as well, when I remember seeing her, that she had it strapped up. Well, she missed a lot of last year too through injury, but back again. Of course, Saoirse Tennyson missed a lot of last year as well. But here's an opportunity here for Aoife Kelly. Kelly cuts inside, gets it back here to Pranter. Pranter trying to get it on to the right foot, but it's dropping short. But the referee was playing the advantage, so it's going to be a free in to the reigning champions as they look for back-to-back titles. Followed up last year's success with a very good victory in the opening round on the Ulster Club against Armagh Harps. And talking about the Ulster Club, the winners of this will play Breda in the opening round of the Ulster Club Championship. But you have to win this before you start thinking about that. And Orla Pranter splits it over and puts it over the bar. Her fourth point of the day already.
Yeah, she's just ticking away there. It's probably not a huge influence that you can actually see in the game, but she's just ticking away there with scores.
So the kick out from Shauna Murphy again. Just hanging in the air. Under it is Kathy Carey, and Kathy Carey gathers possession ahead there of Saoirse McCann. And Carey, the referee plays the advantage, gives it inside to Marie O'Neill. No advantage. So it's going to be a free in.
Orla Pranter might fancy this again.
This will be a big kick, or a no. But I suppose she has that quality and that calibre to put it over. And you're right, she fancies it. So Prenter comes forward. Has got a good connection, but hasn't got the direction. Maybe just a little bit outside her range. Tried to force it a little bit, Oran.
I think Anya Tuberty let her know she missed that one as well. County teammates, obviously.
No county love when it comes to the club.
Not.
The ball out round the centre, but again it's Moneyglass that are beginning to win those breaking balls. But as I say that, St Paul's come out of it with the Hunsey, and she wins a free. And I think Kathy Carey maybe just wondering, did Moneyglass not deserve a free in the fair pressure, and wins a free out.
Good defending.
Great defending from Saoirse McAlean, right over in the far corner. And Moneyglass just beginning to really settle into this contest and take a hold of it, with half-time approaching, 5 minutes of the opening half remaining. Anna McCann, the county goalkeeper, comes soloing out of defence and plays the simple ball, passing it through the hands. Naomh McIntosh. Naomh, toe to hand, going through the centre, still going as McIntosh, and still going. Anya Tuberty's getting back at her, little tug of the jersey from Tuberty, spotted by Barry, our referee. And Kathy Carey takes it quickly, and in behind this might be an opportunity. Great defending though. Super defending there from Nisha Bournes to get back, but the thinking of Kathy Carey to take the quick free.
Absolutely, that's the experience Kathy brings, trying to make things happen quicker. She's not slowing the game down, she's trying to make things happen, if you like.
2-7 to 5 points in favour of Moneyglass, as Kathy Carey delivers this one in, and it's delivered into Maria O'Neill again. Gives it back out here now to Prenter. Prenter again, but this one couldn't come around for her, and drifts out and wide of the far post. So 2-7 to 5 points. Moneyglass, the reigning champions, in control at the moment. Shauna Murphy takes the short kick out this time and delivers it out, but they're put under severe pressure and overturned there. Anya Devlin, but it's across the front of the post and out and wide. And they're struggling. You can see why Shauna Murphy tried the short kick out, because they're struggling around the centre.
They are.
Severe pressure put on again from the forwards of Moneyglass straight away.
They're getting a bit of success with, both pressing up and in around the middle of the field, and those 50-50 balls, as you say. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
Shauna goes through the centre.
Much better. Yes,
and picks out Saoirse Tennyson here, looks ahead of herself and gets it up towards Kirsty McGuinness, and her marker slips, which is Emma Louise McAreevy, and McGuinness is still going, and Emma Louise, and I think Kirsty's annoyed because that's the second time, but it's a different player.
Yeah, she probably can feel a wee bit aggrieved by that. It's clever defending by Moneyglass, but Kirsty can probably feel a wee bit aggrieved that there's maybe not a bit more.
But it's a different player than found on the last time.
Very true.
But a chance here now for Hannah Doherty with the left foot. And Doherty has the opportunity to narrow the deficit ever so slightly. It's 2-7 to 5 at the moment. And every score vital before the break, that they hang in there. But this one's not going to come around. And this one drifts out and wide of the far post for St Paul's.
Going into half-time, and you'd expect probably St Paul's will not be panicking too much at this stage. Still very much in the game. There's only a couple of kicks of the ball in it.
But those goals will have disappointed them. I suppose the first one, that somebody let Eleanor Mallon nip in unmarked for the opening goal. The second one was a clinical finish, it must be said, from Maria O'Neill, who created the first one with a splendid pass. And here's the aforementioned O'Neill, and she fists it forward here now to Cleona Griffin. But Griffin doesn't gather possession because it's with Sarah O'Neill, who is caught high, and the referee maybe having words here with the St Paul's girl. A little tick for the St Paul's girl, and it's going to be a free in. And this a little bit closer for Prenter.
There's an awful lot of attacks coming down this left-hand side that they're getting a lot of success with.
And Prenter could punish them further with the free. And she splits the post, makes no mistake. And suddenly, it's a 9-point game.
Yeah, I would say St Paul's might want the half-time whistle to come here, just to get in, get calmed down, and maybe have a chat and see where they go from here.
Going through the centre, splendid kick out from Murphy to pick out the Hunsey. The Hunsey under pressure there from Sarah O'Neill. gets the shout inside and plays a good ball in there. And an opportunity here now for Emer Rocks to come forward, but Rocks' pass is cut out, and good defending from the half forward back there, Cleona Griffin. But as I say that, she is giving possession away, and the referee letting play continue as there's battle for possession. Orlia McGuinness is fouled and the referee plays the advantage. Orlia looks for support, but is going back for the earlier free. And you would feel that if St Paul's trying to get a little bit more ball to Orlia McGuinness, she's jinxing her way through, and she seems to have the beating of their player over there.
Yeah, I think that's St Paul's problem, probably that they can't get it over the 65, but when they do and get their, Orlia, Kirsty on the ball, Hannah, they're doing they're causing damage, but I suppose up until this point, they've really struggled to get it out of their own half.
But a chance here now for Fionnuala Rocks. Plenty of height in it. Has she got the direction? Yes, she has.
Fine score.
Super point from Rocks. Narrows the deficit back to an 8-point game, to 8 to 6 points. But those goals from Eleanor Mallon and from Maria O'Neill, the vital scores that have the reigning champion St Gall's in front. Short kick out from McCann. Picks out our player. But she's put under pressure there is Naomh Neeson. But she manages to get away from the challenge, and a hefty challenge coming in there on the money glass girl, which was Emma Louise McAreevy. She is fouled inside her 45-metre line. Feeling the effects of it. Just Emma Louise at the moment. She turned into it.
Yeah, she did. And you know what? As a manager, that's what you want from your forwards. You want them working hard. You want them to stop the counter-attack in the other half. So yeah, I had no grievances with that as a coach or a manager. You'd want that to happen.
There was no real malice in it.
Not at all.
She was turning away from Laura DeHunsey and she turned straight into the other St Paul's player. But it was a free. And we've played a minute of additional time already. As Money Glass hold possession with Brona Devlin. Brona plays it out to the far side as they try to run down the clock here. Going forward is Naomh McIntosh. Put under pressure there from Orlia McGuinness. And she plays it back now to Sarah O'Neill. Back to McIntosh again. McIntosh comes soloing out. Laura DeHunsey coming back at her, gets a good strong hand in just DeHunsey and comes again. Unfortunately, the referee says she came in a little bit too strong, but good tracking back from DeHunsey.
Excellent, yeah, really, really good. That's what she gives you. If she stands you up, you're going to be a good player to get round her. She's very, very strong.
So a chance here for Orla Prenter. This would be a mighty kick, but it's directly in front of the post as she comes forward with this one. Maybe the last kick of the game. She's got a great connection with this one, and that's a super point. And it's been a super half from Orla Prenter.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal score. Straight in front of the goals. That's not easy. She didn't have an angle work off or anything there, and that's a fine score.
6 points for the Money Glass, number 14, Orla Prenter, in the opening half as they lead by 9 points.
Free taken by both teams has been very good.
It has indeed, and the referee says that's enough for the opening half. A half that had started brightly for St Paul's. They had settled into the contest much the quicker, but they didn't make it count on the scoreboard when they were in the early stages on top. But in fairness to Money Glass, once they found their feet, they really began. In particular, Marie O'Neill was causing a lot of havoc, and it was a superb ball into Eleanor Mallon that kept in for that opening goal, and then of course Marie O'Neill with the second goal. Money Glass deservedly leading at half time and look much the better side. Oran.
They do. They're very dominant there. Physically, St Paul's are struggling to get out. Yes, when they do get out, they could cause problems, but yeah, they've a bit to do at half time here.
They do, and it's difficult, I suppose, to see. There's a lot of gaps that have to be stopped to try and get back into it. Their forwards, when the ball does come to them, they look to be winning the ball when it comes into them, but as you said, it's the problem is getting the ball up to the forwards, in particular around the centre of the field. It looks like it's Money Glass that are picking up those breaking balls. Caitlin McGuinness was named to start, but she was replaced by Orlia McGuinness. I'm not sure if Caitlin has an injury, but she would be a player with pace and a player that can cause trouble if she's anyway fit to be thrown in there for St Paul's.
Yeah, I think they got to roll the dice probably fairly early here. And if she's available at all, if she's fit at all, I certainly would be using her with 9 points in the game. You know, if Moneyglass come out get the first score of the second half or a goal, for instance, the game's gone. So that St Paul's can't afford for that to happen.
Indeed. Well, we'll have more from Oran and myself for the second half. But as you can say, just to let you know, you can watch out in front of you is the under 10 half-time entertainment. So we'll leave you to enjoy that at half-time. Oran and myself will be back very shortly. At half-time, it's Moneyglass 2-9, St Paul's 6 points in the Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Football Championship Final.
trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record. So nice to y'all, now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all, shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate, I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage, I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. For y'all, snake eyes on dice for y'all, shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate, I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage, I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record. You ain't tryna go, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way.
Welcome back to Davitt Park. Hopefully you enjoyed the half-time entertainment there from the under-10s of St Paul's and Moneyglass, and it's great that Ulster President Jerry Doherty is here to present them with a little medal. And we talk about a massive occasion for the senior teams, but it's a huge occasion for the under-10s as well, to have the opportunity to play out here on County Final Day.
Yeah, you have to give credit to the County Board for organising this. It just brings it all along. There's a great buzz around the stadium, or the stand here and stuff as well. Well,
the second half is underway, and Kirsty McGuinness in possession over in the far corner at the moment. Has to come back out. They need a good start here to St Paul's to find themselves 2-9 to 6 points down. But Kirsty plays a wonderful ball into the corner, battling for possession here. It's well won there by Fionnuala Rocks. Rocks juggles with possession, tries to give it back out here. Is she being fouled? Referee says yes, she is. And she throws the flag up into the air. A little bit of frustration.
Yeah, that's a good battle there. Saoirse Michael Lane and Fionnuala going at it there. It's a good battle in there. St Paul's were out for early. They were out for early from half time, and
I don't think there's any changes. I'm looking around. I don't see any personnel changes, so it looks like both teams have gone with what they've had. But here come Moneyglass with Sarah O'Neill, but good tracking back there from the Hunsey, and it's picked up by the cornerback. Unfortunate though was Emer Rocks, as Kathy Carey is dispossessed and turned over by Anya Tuberty. But as I say that, St Paul's have give possession back to Moneyglass again, and it's picked up by Cleona Griffin. Now to Brona Devlin. Brona just slows it down, just taking the pace out of the game, because that will suit them at the moment. But that's a good darting run now from Griffin. Griffin tracked back by De Hunsey again. Strong hand in from De Hunsey. Wonderful play from Laura De Hunsey. Turns the ball over, and that's a long ball in. This could take a wicket bounce. McGuinness is in behind, and she is in behind. McGuinness is bearing in on goal, scored a goal in last year's final. That's surely a penalty. Has to be a penalty.
And
McGuinness is hauled down, and surely it's a sin bin for this one.
Sin bin as well. What work by De Hunsey back there on her own 21.
It was well judged by McGuinness. She knew it was going to bounce. She stayed in behind. And I think Brona Devlin, it is, or is it the full back on this occasion? She's already been warned, so either of them you would feel is going to be sent to the sin bin. But this could be a big, big moment here in Davitt Park at the start of the second half, as Kirsty McGuinness was hauled down there as she went through. And what's the referee? He's going to show a yellow card here to McAreevy, Emma Louise McAreevy. So Moneyglass down to 10 or to 14 players, and we have a free in or a penalty here now for Hannah Doherty. And if she can rattle the back of the net, it could be a double blow for Moneyglass.
Hannah must be some penalty taker, because Kirsty's not stepping up for this. I'm surprised, to be honest.
But in fairness, Hannah has hit the freeze very well. She is good from the penalty spot with that left foot up against Anna McCann. Hannah Doherty comes forward. Oh, cool as you like. Cool. That's why she's on the penalty taker.
Absolutely, yeah, fair play. Anna Dunn tried to do enough to put her off, but that was a cool penalty. And it's game on now. It
is game on, because they have the numerical advantage as well to St Paul's, and they've got the ideal start to the second half. Anna McCann now at the kick out. Goes long, dropping in the middle. The Hunsey's under this one. The ball drops down. Maria O'Neill, who's been absolutely superb. Oh, no, it's not Maria O'Neill on this occasion. Apologies to Anya Devlin.
Yes, Anya, yeah.
And Anya Devlin, there'll be no rush. They'll try to take as much time out of it as they can, and this ball has been moved forward for a little bit of descent. They're not moving away quick enough. And Devlin plays it away into the corner, looking for the run of Prenter. Prenter gathers possession, cuts inside again, tug on the jersey. She'll take that all day long, because every time they get a free, it's taking more time off the sin bin clock.
Yeah, when Orla gets a ball now, there seems to be 2 and 3 players around her. Saoirse Tennyson appears to be playing the sweeper role. She was straight in there, and they've done well to hold her up, but yeah, it was a free. And it'd be good for Moneyglass if they could pop this one over after that goal, just the right reaction.
So Orla Prenter taking a couple of deep breaths before coming forward with this free, and she chips it over, but chips it wide of the target, and she'll be disappointed with that one. Well, Orla Prenter, who has already hit 6 points in this game. So Shauna Murphy with the kick out has got a player close to the wing here, but is there a change over on the far side? Here comes Caitlin McGuinness now, and Caitlin McGuinness has been introduced for St Paul's, and they're taking off Naomh McIntosh, apologies, Emer Rocks, the number 4 for St Paul's. So Caitlin McGuinness, she'll add a bit of spice and a bit of speed now to the forward line as well.
I suppose timing is everything, and just on the back of that goal, going down to 14, and then the ability to bring this lady on. Wow.
It's a disappointing kick out though from Murphy, and Anya Devlin picks it up, and it's Moneyglass on the attack again. Down to 14 players, of course. They've lost McAreevy, their full back, to the sin bin. Maria O'Neill, wonderful tackle again from De Hunsey. How many times have we seen that, Orm? She gets the hand in and knocks it away.
Just her timing is impeccable.
And Tuberty goes long here, and waiting on it is McGuinness, but she couldn't take it, and Kathy Carey is back there to clean it up, but she's under pressure. A battle of the two McGuinnesses against Carey. Carey comes out on top on this occasion, gives it to Naomh McIntosh, but getting back there is Caitlin McGuinness, who fouls McIntosh, and McIntosh will just take the pace out of the game and just take the sting out of St Paul's, because it's looking, St Paul's are really up for it in the second half.
They really are. They've come out. they've really come out of the traps quick. Kathy seems to have dropped a little bit deeper here. She's sitting in her own half, and I think
probably with the sin bin.
Yeah, with the sin bin. St Paul's want to go a bit more direct, don't they? They seem to be trying to get the ball in as quickly as possible, and it's reaping rewards.
Well, you'd feel with Kirsty McGuinness and Caitlin in there, and like they have the forwards, Hannah Doherty, Vanilla Rocks, like they're winning a lot of ball, but the problem was getting the ball in there.
No, they've actually solved that problem. It's going to be really interesting how Moneyglass deal with this next couple of minutes just with the sin bin.
I did say before, when I arrived here before 3 o'clock, there was a strong wind playing into that goals, and I'm just looking at the flags again. It possibly the wind could be picking up and blowing and in favour of St Paul's. But here's Maria O'Neill in possession for Moneyglass. Under pressure from Laura DeHunsey, turns one way, turns the other, and gets it back to Prenter. Orla Prenter in possession, way out in the far corner though. Flicks it over the head of Laura DeHunsey. Now to Maria O'Neill again. O'Neill taking on the St Paul's defence and has fouled. And this an opportunity now for Orla Prenter to tag on her 7th point of the game and to open up a 7-point advantage here, as the referee just ticks the number of the St Paul's girl that give away the free, as Prenter steadies herself and coming forward now to take this one, and she hits it, and this one has sailed between the posts. She doesn't miss 2 in a row. Or
no, St Paul's free count is bound to be a bit high at this stage. Orla's getting a lot of success from the dead ball.
That's her 7th point. 5 of them have come from frees. She's missed a couple as well. Shauna Murphy goes long, looking for Anya Tuberty over there. Ball broken down, but it's out over the sideline. Who did it last touch? I think it was Anya Tuberty. And the lines person on the far side says yes, it was. And apologies, I think some of you may have missed some of the first half, that the link wasn't working, and hopefully all is now resolved and you are joined us here in David Park for the second half, and all is good. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as myself and Oran are. This Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Football Championship final, as the ball is played across here by Moneyglass, and coming forward is Maria O'Neill, who's been absolutely fantastic, it must be said. She's been everywhere, and she lays it off here to Anya Devlin. Devlin going across the field, but going across it, as I say, and she plays it further across now to Kathy Carey. Kathy Carey was about to be put under pressure there by Orlia McGuinness, but she manages to hold off the young up-and-coming star of St Paul's. And coming forward now is the midfielder, she's been pulled back. Here is Anya Kelly, and Kelly wins a free in, and as you said, the free count is going through the roof now by St Paul's.
Yeah.
And this is playing into Moneyglass's hands with the player in the Simlin. This is all wasting time for them.
It is. I suppose the difficulty for Moneyglass is, do they want to slow the clock down, or do they still want to play the football they were playing in terms of moving the ball? Brona probably did look as if there she could have given the ball a lot quicker, but she retained possession, and you know what, it's probably the right thing to do, and there was words, I suppose, for winning that free.
Yeah, point number 8 for Prenter. Scored 3 goals and 3 points in last year's final. Has already hit 8 points this afternoon in the 2022 decider. As the kick out from Shauna Murphy comes. Is there another change on the St Paul side? I think there is, and going off is number 2, Kiva Stewart, and into the fray is the number 18, which is Gemma McGroarty, is into the St Paul side. So the kick out coming from Shauna Murphy. Murphy's ball dropping in the centre, and is picked up by Niamh Ritchie, and Ritchie gives it back to the substitute there. Now the first hand for Caitlin McGuinness to her younger sister Orlia. Orlia jinks away from the challenge there. Orlia's still going, and she's still going, and she goes past another player, which is Sarah O'Neill. Looks for support, gets it from DeHunsey. DeHunsey taking on Sarah O'Neill. DeHunsey gets the effort away, but the referee says she overcarried. A free out for Moneyglass.
Orlia's one for the future. She's moving.
She looks it.
Yeah.
Just watching her.
Yeah, I suppose obviously what she does lack is a wee bit of physicality presence, and when she comes into contact, then that's a struggle for her. But God, she moves well with the ball. Very comfortable in the ball.
So free kick given back towards Anna McCann, who fists it out here. Not sure Cleona Griffin was expecting it to come to her, but it has. And Cleona gathers possession under pressure there from Orlia McGuinness. Good tackling though, but away goes Griffin. Griffin has support inside, which is Sarah O'Neill. Gets it back again to Griffin. Back to Sarah O'Neill again, but it's not the best of passes. And Anya Tuberty tracked her all the way and managed to palm the ball down there to DeHunsey, who gives a poor pass over And that is easy pickings there for Kathy Carey. Fists a long ball forward, looking for Anya Devlin. Oh, wonderful pick up from Kathy Carey. Absolutely fantastic pick up. And she'll take the free. Experience as well, but what a pick up from Carey.
Yeah, she's playing a free role at the minute. Doesn't seem to be anybody tracking her. She's all over the field. But it's a key time, and that's what Moneyglass needs. Someone like Kathy. But somebody, I suppose, probably need to push somebody up on her. You don't give her any space at all, or she's going to punish you.
So Orla Prenter in your picture again, getting ready to take this free. And drops it in, and drops it over the bar. Another superb strike from Orla Prenter, as Moneyglass stretch the advantage out again, 2-12 to 1 goal and 6 points. 9 points between the sides again, as it was at half-time. They've cancelled the goal out.
They did. They recovered very, very well. Particularly Gunn player. And I'm soon that Emma Louise will probably be back into the fray again. And
that early surge from St Paul's at the start of the second half has died away as Anya Kelly comes forward. She's got body inside her. Marie O'Neill scored a goal already, 2 in last year's final.
Great save.
But that's a good save from Shauna Murphy.
Stood
and
up strong.
Saoirse Tennyson, yes, it was straight at her, but in fairness to Murphy, she stood firm. And that could definitely have been curtains for St Paul's, but instead they come forward here and they play a good ball into the corner. Racing after this one is Fanula Rocks. Can she keep it in play right down in the far corner? Yes, she can. And plays the ball out, but they've given possession away again, and they've given her free away. And it's, when they do win a good ball, they give it straight back to Moneyglass.
Yeah.
It's the distribution, and surely that will frustrate Brian Coyle and his management team on the far side.
doubt.
How easy they've given possession away when they've won it back.
There's no doubt. Against good teams like this, you got to retain possession. That's number one priority, and giving it away so easy, it's very frustrating. I'm sure Brian and the management team will be pulling their hair out over there.
They will, like, that has to frustrate you when they do so well to turn a ball over and then they just give it back so easily. And as you said, against sides like Moneyglass, then you're going to be punished. So a free out here to Moneyglass in this Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Football Championship final, coming to you live from Davitt Park on this Sunday afternoon as they vie for that honour of Antrim Ladies Champions for 2022. St Paul's were going for 10 in a row last year. Moneyglass halted it, and now Moneyglass are looking for a second successive title, and they're second in all. Free, the referee saying the hands were down. I'm not sure, Oren.
I'm not sure. Probably a little bit harsh. St Paul's squeezed Moneyglass in there and done very well, and probably a very harsh on number 5, Burns, I think it is. She's had a good
Burns.
game. Very good game.
So Kathy Carey with the free, looking for Prenter. And the referee, unfortunate. Prenter missed the ball, but Anya Tuberty adjudged to have fouled Prenter.
Yeah, it didn't see much contact, and to be honest, it looked just as if she was
She had missed the ball.
Yeah, she missed the ball. And
I don't think Tuberty could have done absolutely anything about it
No.
at all.
although
It's more an accidental collision,
Yeah.
but yes, it is a concern. Hopefully, first things first is that she's okay. It's just, you can see a little bit of frustration probably creeping into St Paul's as well. 9 points adrift, and I'm seeing Tuberty going to the far side. Was she Sinbad, or she just she's going for a
Just
drink?
for a drink, yeah.
Yeah. She's just going over for a drink.
Maybe some instructions as well.
So a free in here too. Moneyglass and Prenter a chance to take her tally to double figures. In your picture, the number 14 again takes a deep breath and looks at the post and comes forward again with that right foot. Is it double figures for Prenter? Plenty of height, got the direction. It's point number 10 for the Moneyglass full forward. It doesn't matter if there's so many from frees. That's wonderful scoring.
You know what's more impressive for me? That I wouldn't be a big advocate for an injured player to go up and take a free, but Orla took that free, and God, she let that one sail. That was
2-13 to 1-6. Moneyglass, the reigning champions, edging towards back-to-back Antrim senior titles. And Sarah O'Neill plays it forward now to Griffin. Cleona Griffin coming forward, toe to hand, plays it out to the side to Maria O'Neill. Maria O'Neill coming forward here, sidesteps the challenger to Hunsey, sidesteps another challenge, and comes forward and plays a beautiful pass in. A chance for Sarah O'Neill, but another good save from Shauna Murphy. The two sisters combining there, but unfortunately And maybe Maria will have something to say to Sarah later on.
Yeah, that was a great
that
move.
She didn't put it away.
That was a great move. Sarah got well up the field there, in behind the full back line, and again Sean is keeping the team in the game.
You have to give credit to Shauna Murphy. 2 great saves in the second half. But Maria O'Neill, those passes, the pass in the opening half for the goal for Eleanor Murphy, and that pass, she can just open up defences with pinpoint passing.
Yeah, I mean,
she spots the player in space and the running.
You normally would say that Maria, you come away with double figures maybe in a game, but she's supervision and her creativity to see other things that other players wouldn't see is phenomenal.
It really is. She's been a shining light in this Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Championship final.
Great kick out.
Good kick out is right to Saoirse Tennyson. No, has 2 blue and gold jerseys in front of her. And she's fouled. She holds off the challenge from Prenter, asking why. But the referee not having any of it. And Saoirse Tennyson just gets on of it now. It's for Anya Tuberty. Tuberty plays a simple ball. This is a good run from Ciara Brown going forward. And Brown still going, goes down under the challenge. Has left her full back position now, has Brown. As you said, she's more used to midfield or around that area. So it was a good strong run from her. Yeah,
the question is, when does St Paul's throw off the shackles here? When do they push up their sweeper?
She's going back as I see a plane in the distance straight over our free taker. Going up, taking off from Belfast City up into the air. As coming forward here is Hannah Doherty, and Doherty splits the post with the point and with the free to put it over to reduce the deficit. But you feel now St Paul's, they have to kind of throw everything. They need goals.
They do. I suppose the challenge here is that if they push up, then Moneyglass catch them on the counter. But you know what? If you want to try and win a county final, then you're going to have to try and push on. And Moneyglass have made a change here. Anya Devlin's went off, and Laura McCann has come on.
And St Paul's have also made a change. I see going off is Naomh Ritchie. I just have to see who the girl is that has come on. As the ball is spread forward here, but couldn't take it, could Brona Devlin. And Anya Tuberty gathers possession and fists it forward, but number 10 there, Cleona Griffin, was quickest to react to that one. And the referee has spotted a foul. And it's a free in and a chance for Brona Devlin to put this one in around the danger area. And I see going in there Laura McCann, who has just come on, has gone in around the full forward position at the moment, possibly just for this free. She gives it back here to Griffin. With her is Anya Kelly. And Kelly, it opens up here for Kelly. Kelly's still going, but getting back there is Orlia McGuinness and Saoirse Tennyson. That looks like a free out. No, the referee says. But he gives a free in. I think it was a free out, to be honest.
It was first day, yeah, it was. Barry has had a really good game, by the way, but I think that decision was probably the wrong one.
Because I think Saoirse just got there ahead of the Moneyglass girl, Devlin. And Devlin seemed to come in with a shoulder. But the referee obviously said that both of them were going for the ball. Yeah. It was an accidental one, but I think Saoirse may just have got there ahead of her. As we look at the Moneyglass substitutes over there, all smiles. They believe the celebrations. They're thinking maybe celebrations later on tonight. As Charlie O'Kane walks there in front of him, happy I'm sure with how they have went about their business, and along with him is Donal Laverty there, about to make another change, I think.
Shows you the strength of the two benches there with the players, the calibre of players St Paul's and Moneyglass have introduced. The all important depth in your panel, and you've seen it firsthand there, both teams running on some quality footballers.
It's not smiles on the St Paul's defence at the moment, or on the bench. Unfortunately for them, it looks like it's going to be back-to-back defeats at the hands of their rivals. As Orla Prenter, 10 points to her name already, and thankfully Saoirse Tennyson is back on her feet and recovered and okay to continue. The referee, Barry Hotchkiss, just having a word there with the linesperson. So a chance now for Prenter. We have a perfect view here, looking straight at her as she curls this one in and straight over the bar. She's missed a couple, but overall it's been an exhibition of free taking and kicking from Orla Prenter.
Both left and right, Alan. It's quite phenomenal. She's just so comfortable. But I suppose what people don't see is, bag of balls to the train field probably twice a week. That
exactly. It's not just all done here on the field. It's the work that's going behind the scenes, and here's another player that has really shone bright. Maria O'Neill plays a wonderful pass inside again, and here's Sarah O'Neill. Had a goal chance saved earlier on, has to give it back out here, and going to have a go is her sister Maria, but Maria's effort out to the wrong side of the post and wide of the target. But we're already inside the final 10 minutes, and St Paul's with a mountain to climb, and the ball knocked down there by Kathy Carey and picked up by Rebecca Bradley, and is fisted into the corner now to Orla Prenter. Prenter looks inside. Sarah O'Neill made a great run through the centre, but Prenter couldn't get away from her marker. Indeed, Prenter is fouled. The referee playing the advantage. Prenter gets the effort away, but it's going back for the free, and a chance for Prenter to pop over point number 12 for her. And it's not just the frees, like she's won a lot of them as well. She's causing havoc. She runs from, is full forward, but she's running out into those corners, and it's a very hard player to mark when she's making those runs.
Yeah, she's actually pulling 2 and 3 St Paul's players with her every time, and I suppose where the could get caught here is there's loads of space, and as you called, Sarah made a great run in behind if Orla could have got the pass away, but she's just pulling players all day, and I suppose the more influence she has, the more the St Paul's players are going to try and get around her, and that's a challenge for them.
So Prenter, in your picture, comes forward yet again, and Prenter, as you do, splits the posts as easy as you like. She makes it look so simple, and 12 points for the Moneyglass full forward, and that looked like a push. The referee says no on the Moneyglass gear, but St Paul's gather up the loose ball here, and an opportunity now maybe for Naomh Enright, but it's a way past Naomh Enright, and Hannah Doherty was out there. And the ball in, but again, Kirsty McGuinness is in behind here. Kirsty bends her back, gathers possession, looks to get support, but it's not the best of passes inside there for Fanula Rocks.
Moneyglass have everybody bar Orla inside their own 45 here, just trying to see the game out.
It's just those passes has really let St Paul's down. They've given possession away so cheaply on numerous occasions.
They have, and as you say, they've probably lived to regret that now.
2-15 to 1-7. Moneyglass on the verge of back-to-back Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Champions titles as they edge towards it with just under 8 minutes remaining here in Davitt Park. As the receiving treatment, I think it's Fanula Rocks that's down at the moment, as you'll see there on the scoreboard. At 14 minutes past 5 on the Sunday evening, Moneyglass in control. As the rain, you can see umbrellas up as well, and clouds overhead, and that beautiful view out over Belfast, and the bright lights of the scoreboard shining brightly, very much in the favour of Moneyglass here. And it looked like they'll be heading back up the motorway with that title, as Hannah McCann, put under pressure, pleads for a free. The referee's not giving it, tells her to get on with it, and they've given possession away here, have they? Nope, they've won it back again. They're sharper.
They really are. Even in the closing stages here, I suppose you see their dominance.
Yeah, every ball, even they have that convincing lead at the moment, but the referee's stopping play here because the St Paul's girl still down following that collision with the goalkeeper.
Barry's back was probably turned to that original play there, just in where that instant happened. Nothing too bad in it, but
just a head injury, so he's not taking any chances. It's a difficult situation and position to be in for St Paul's at the moment. I suppose it was much worse last year for them at the same stage, but there's very little they can do, and they can have no complaints. The quality of Moneyglass shining bright yet again, and looking ahead to the Ulster Club Championship. They had that fantastic victory against Armagh Harps last year, and then they come up against Breda. I suppose Breda could well have been Ulster champions last year, in particular the first day against Donaghmoyne, but then the second day Donaghmoyne proved far too strong, so it's going to be a very tough assignment.
Absolutely, and I think Breda have strengthened again. They've got Donegal transferred in as well, who again just adds that bit more strength. But look, it's a huge task for whoever comes through this game here.
It is. Well, in fairness to St Paul's, they're not throwing in the towel just yet, and Here is Orlia McGuinness. A good run from McGuinness. McGuinness still going. Has got support from Anya Tuberty. Tuberty's going to have a go here. And it's off the top of the crossbar. That could have went anywhere from Tuberty.
Good.
But it's gone over the bar. But again, a fantastic run from McGuinness.
Yeah, she created it. Drew a couple of Moneyglass players, soft-loaded the ball, and it was a nice score there in the end.
There's pride in the St. Paul's jersey, and these girls will keep battling until Barry Hotchkiss blows that full-time whistle. And they will keep going and fighting and believing that they can still get something and turn this one over. But at the moment, it's a mountain to climb. 2:15 to 1:8 behind, and 5 minutes remaining. As Anna McCann gets ready to kick this one out. And it's a good one. Laura de Huntsy is over the head of her, picked up by Sarah O'Neill. And Sarah O'Neill picks out Laura McCann, who didn't start, but has been introduced. And the referee has blew her for overcarrying.
Seemed a bit harsh there.
Yeah, I thought she couldn't really get away.
Yeah.
2 hands were on her, but we saw some of the decisions maybe didn't go for St. Paul's, so they'll take it. That's a great ball from de Huntsy over to the far side to Kirsty McGuinness. Over there too was Caitlin, her sister, but Kirsty cuts inside the challenge. Kirsty might think of a goal here. She's jinxing her way through, gets the shot away. It's gone over the bar with a good score. Back-to-back points.
Just shows you when they get the ball in there, they're causing a wee bit of havoc in the Moneyglass defence, but just hasn't happened enough.
Not enough, but those long balls have caused a little bit of havoc in the Moneyglass defence. And I'm sure something that Charlie O'Kane will look at going into the Ulster Club Championship if they do, and as it looks like they are going to clinch the title. 9 points in front at the moment, as it was at half time. As the challenge comes in there by the substitute that had come on a little bit earlier on, and that was Cara Mervyn. Now it's of Orla Prenter, the woman of the moment. Prenter dances her way through. 3 St. Paul's players. Weffer still gets the effort away, but it's across the front of the post and out and wide. But those 3 players around her, but she still managed to get a shot away, or
she did. She's had a great county final. She can be very proud of her efforts.
Indeed she has. This Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Final coming to a conclusion with St. Paul's in control. 2:15 to 1:9 with 3 minutes of normal time remaining here. Sarah O'Neill cuts past the challenge there of Laura de Huntsy and turned into another challenge and give possession away, but the referee says that she has been fouled. A little tug on the arm. So a chance for Prenter to add on another point.
I suppose that play showed you just exactly the foundation to give Orla the opportunity for these frees and stuff from play comes from Rebecca Bradley and Sarah O'Neill breaking up a lot of play out around the middle of the field, and as I say, that's our Orla's foundation and the forwards foundation to try and put the scores on the board here.
Here she comes yet again, makes no mistake, does Prenter. And 2:16 to 1:9. The ball out round the centre, picked up by Sarah O'Neill, who's had a very good second half, I must say, Oran. Yeah, offloads it here to Anya Kelly. Shoulder comes in, referee says illegally so. I'm thinking then, what was the difference in that and what Saoirse Tennyson got earlier on?
Very true.
But it is a free in.
Yeah, Sarah has had a very good game as well. Always does, so consistent.
2:16 to 1:9. So Connor can just change the score. 2:16 to 1:9 in favour of Moneyglass. Quickly changed and corrected. So Prenter, a chance to make it 2:17. I think, if my maths is right, would be point number 13. I think I had added on one earlier on for it. And it is the Baker's dozen for the full forward. 13 points. Phenomenal return. Actually could be 14. I might have been right at the start.
A bit of frustration.
It is 14. 14 points for her. That's phenomenal.
That's a great turnaround.
It is 14 points, but then I suppose you're thinking you need scores from somewhere else going into the Ulster Club Championship.
Yeah.
The majority of them have been from frees, so I suppose that will have disappointed St Paul's as well. The number of frees, they may not have agreed with every one of the decisions, but to give away so many frees in scoreable positions when you're up against a player like Orla Prenter, you're going to be punished.
And they're doing, I mean, St Paul's have done the hard work to get the bodies back there in the first place, just that wee bit of composure in the tackle, if you like.
The referee just having a word here with Caitlin McGuinness. And just a stern warning for that challenge there on Sarah O'Neill. 2:17 to 1-9. We've gone into additional time here at the end of this Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Championship final, live from Davitt Park. And the referee is going to sin bin Caitlin, and it is a yellow card for Caitlin, who has been sin binned. Just a little bit too much to say, I think, to Barry, the referee.
That's not a nice way to kind of leave the game, if you like.
And frustration.
Barry probably a no choice there, but
understandable though, frustration sets in. And you can see over on that St Paul's bench in the background, disappointment yet again, as Cathy Carey takes the free and takes the return. And they may try and hold on to possession here. I'm sure Barry, our referee Barry Hotchkiss, won't be playing too much longer. And it's back to Carey again. Sidesteps the challenge, tried to play it across, but it's cut out there by Anya Tuberty. Tuberty comes darting out of defence with possession. Still going as Tuberty under pressure over on the far side, but she managed to get possession away to Orlia McGuinness. Orlia still coming across towards the stand side here, and still going, and cuts inside Maria O'Neill. And she's been a shining light and is one to watch for the future. She picks out her sister Kirsty. Kirsty tries to get away from the challenge there of McAreevy. Kirsty does get away, gets the shot away, but I think she was pushed, yes, says Barry, and it's a free in. But going back to Liam McGuinness again, we've seen enough to say she is a player of the future to watch out for.
Really is. He's probably still under 16, I think.
I think she was part of the under 16 team that won the championship. Or, sorry, that were beaten in the championship final against Moneyglass, but yeah.
She's playing with a real maturity there. She just knows when to give the ball, when to keep.
And she has the ability to beat players and take them on, not afraid. And there is the Moneyglass substitute getting ready to evade the pitch as the free goes out to the wrong side there from Naomh Enright. And the full-time whistle may sound very, very quickly, you would feel.
Other than the brief spell at the start of the second half, and St Paul's probably haven't really got to where they wanted to get to.
No.
Their game plan probably seemed okay on the day, but maybe didn't execute it to the way
they give it away very cheaply. Possession at times. I think that, like, they overturned them sometimes. They got the ball back, but then they would give it straight back to Moneyglass, and they were punished. In fairness, the quality and the calibre of the player that Moneyglass have punished them when the opportunities arose, and none more so than the girl in possession at the moment, Orla Prenter. 14 points to her name. Lays it across here now to Aoife Kelly, and Aoife lays it back in, but that one out and wide of the target from Laura McCann. And the referee Barry Hotchkiss from Glenavy takes a look at the watch, but he says to play on for another little while. The ball close to the sideline, but out over the sideline, and it's going to be a sideline ball here to the champions-elect. And Naomh McIntosh, one of the county stars that won an All-Ireland junior title earlier this year with Antrim, is about to win a second senior championship title with her club Moneyglass.
We've seen Danielle Duffin coming on there. It's great to see her back playing senior football again. She had a cruciate injury last year, and she's worked incredibly hard to get back on the field again. She played in the junior team a fair bit of it, kind of watching how they were getting on, and she was a mainstay. I think she played sixth there. So to see her back out in the field is great, and just a testament to her work ethic to get back on the field.
It is indeed. Anyone that goes through a serious injury, it's a long road back, and it's a difficult road for players, but it's rewarded when you do get the day, and get days like this when you are going to be part of it. It's the ball out over the far sideline, and the referee says that is that, and it's back-to-back titles for Moneyglass, and the substitutes run on to the pitch and the players that did play a part that had come off going on to celebrate with the girls the final 15 that was on the field. And it's Moneyglass back-to-back titles in the scoreline of 217 to 19, and the overall performance, there was only one winner really, as
There
you
was.
said, apart from a brief spell at the start of the second half.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by how Moneyglass, I suppose, managed the game in the 10 minutes that Emma Louise got Sinbind after the penalty. They responded very, very well. Real maturity to their performance. They're actually fairly subdued, their celebration so far. I reckon, yeah, back-to-back titles is great, but it just kind of shows you maybe where their heads are at the minute in terms of getting ready now for Breedon.
Yeah, Breda next up for them, but I'm sure they'll have a night or two celebrations back in Moneyglass, and it is fantastic to see those close-up shots of the winning team as they celebrate back-to-back titles, and fantastic achievement for them indeed. Disappointment for the second successive year for St Paul's, but it's victory for Moneyglass, and those early goals in that opening half really set the tone. Eleanor Mallon and from Marie O'Neill, it laid the foundation. I suppose the chances in the early stages, St Paul started brightly but didn't make it count on the scoreboard, and once Moneyglass got their feet and got those goals, there was really no way back.
Yeah, no, really not. Really dominant, really strong performance all over the field. Yeah, they were very impressive. And they'll toast that one tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And as I said, they will march on now to play Breda in the Ulster Club Championship later in the year. But they'll celebrate this one. Oran McNeilis was on co-commentary. So Oran, thank you very much for joining me on co-commentary. We're going to get a couple of interviews with the winning camp, so don't go anywhere. We will have a couple of interviews following the presentation of the title to the winning captain of Moneyglass for the second successive year. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for a reaction from the winning camp.
He has them because they're using it for the PA first. So that's one as well.
live camera. And
Okay, folks, thank you very much. We're just gonna get started on the presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, so firstly I would like to thank Davit Park for their facilities today. They're always awesome. We'd just like to say a massive thank you to them. Can we get a round of applause for Davit Park, please? I would also like to thank Barry and all his officials. We do championships without officials, so can we get a round of applause for our officials, please? We'll get you in a wee second. I just have a couple of other thank yous to say for Just Content being here today and covering the game. It was a fantastic game to have live streamed. We also had Jerry Doherty, our Ulster LGFA president, who presented medals to our wee halftime games. So thank you to Jerry for attending today and presenting to the girls. Girls, that was an absolutely fantastic. And from start, she never gave. Can we get a round of applause for the girls, please? And Money Glass, again, an absolutely fantastic team from start to finish, and I'm sure you'll be quite keen to get your hands on this, so I won't delay it any further. Can I have the captain up, please?
To start off by like this. I'd like to start by thanking Davids as always for their facilities, even throughout the county season and stuff. They've always been great, the ladies football, so we really appreciate that and would appreciate it going forward. So big well done to Davids and anybody involved in running today. Thanks to the county board, match officials, anybody else that's getting all these here championships ran to a T and all on time, and there's barely any hard work bar what I'm sure the county board are doing, so we appreciate what they're doing and setting on finals like this year, so well done county board and officials. I'd like to throw out to our main sponsor, Boyd's. They've had our back for a long time, and we really appreciate the backing that they have for us, and hopefully that continues for years ahead. We've had some massive battles with St Paul's throughout the years, and we knew that today was going to be no different. It's serious footballers in that their team, and we knew that there. So well done, girls, and I'm sure it'll be the same next year again. A big battle. And then to our own club, Money Glass. We got here again, and we had a massive battle ahead of us. And for anybody that doubted us, we managed to prove them wrong today. So a big thank you to our committee who support us, our management, O'Donnell, Charlie and Annie, and anybody else who puts in a serious shift throughout the year, and then all the girls that are standing shoulder to shoulder there. It's serious. Nobody sees the grafting that goes on and the extra hours and all that there other stuff, which is unbelievable. So, girls, let's push on now and drive from here. So, well done. I'll give a clap. And just thanks very much to all the support for coming out today. Matches are always that wee bit better whenever there's a big massive crowd, and it's great to see ladies football with sidelines full of people ready to see it. All right, thank you.
Joined now by Ulster LGFA President Jerry Doherty. Jerry, county finals, they're a huge occasion for the county and now for Moneyglass Club champions. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, very much so. I was delighted to be invited. In fact, it's the first Antrim final I've been to, and I know with the Armagh one, my own native one, next Saturday evening, and I'll go to it. But yeah, they're a great occasion for everybody, and when you see the excitement that Moneyglass have got from today, and I suppose equally when you see the disappointment that St Paul's have from losing, you see how much it means to everybody. So well done to Moneyglass. Commiseration to St Paul's, and best luck to Moneyglass and Ulster.
But now under your umbrella is Ulster.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. That.
Interested to see who wins each county.
Of course I do. Yeah, that's where we plan at Ulster level. The Ulster Club competition is our biggest competition. I have to be fair about it. It's something which slightly surprised me, that the fact that there's nearly more interest in the club competition than in the counties. But when you see what club championships means to communities, etc., at senior, junior, and intermediate level, and now we have a vibrant minor club championship in Ulster. When you see what that means to them, we'll try to keep it going. Our minor final is on, to give it a little plug here, right up to the 18th of December. So we've Ulster Club matches from next week on, from the 15th of October on, every weekend. So I would urge people. I don't want rest. I want to go on and see it. You know, I've already made my excuses at home, but that's beside the point. No, it's our big competition. That's where we're going to go. Yeah.
You're invited by Antrim LGFA, and you had the honour of presenting medals to the under-10s at half-time, and we're just saying commentary, a huge a day it is for those.
That's right.
You have to give credit to Antrim.
Yeah.
That's huge for girls that age to be here for county final day and to have that opportunity of playing a wee game.
Well, first of all, could I pay a tribute to all 9 county boards in Ulster, because it's important that each county does for their own counties what they can do. We're particularly lucky in Antrim in that we have officials like Shauna and Debbie who are extremely keen on promoting the game, and we had the under 10s, under 6s, under 8s, under 10s here today, and that's where it all starts. So let's keep it going for every county in the years to come. There's no problem with that. But Antrim in particular now, you see, I was also president before, and I could see the development of counties right from back from 07, 08, and that's 15 years later, and it's so professional. It's great to be a venue like this, and as I said, the officials at Antrim have, and indeed the other county boards, are now on giving the commitment required to develop the game, and we're up there, we're getting there. Yeah,
we are indeed, and football is strong in Ulster. Jerry, I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
I have two girls over here waiting patiently in the background.
Lovely, lovely.
So thank you for joining us. So if you want to hand the mic over to the winning captain, Kathy Carey, and 14 points, I think Orla Prenter had to her name. I'm going to come to you in a minute, Orla. I'm going to start with Kathy. Kathy, firstly, before we talk about this, what a year Kathy Carey has had. It has to be one of the most memorable years of football for the county, picking up an All-Star on Friday night. You picked up a Player of the Month award. You're picking up awards all around you, and now you have back-to-back county senior titles.
Yeah, it's great. I suppose there's some that peak that compared to normal, but today definitely probably tops a lot of the season. And it's just now kind of pushing on into Ulster with the club side. Like, there's nothing better than winning with your club, and the county season was unbelievable, and it shows out there with the standard of football. Like, majority of the girls playing there played some part in winning the All-Ireland, and hopefully we're able to drive that on for next year and keep that there quality. So
just looking at this game last year, you absolutely blew them away, so you probably knew coming out here that they were going to try and keep it tight in the early stages. They did start brightly. It took you a little while to get into it, but once you've got the first goal, you just seem to settle into the game.
Sometimes it just takes a goal whenever your backs are against the wall to get that there. But we, I think, a good part of the game we looked in control, and it's just about moving the ball around. And they knew what to do after last year. Obviously, we scored a handful of goals. We weren't getting them as easy this year, but it's just about chipping away at points in.
It was, and you mentioned now you go into Ulster, playing Breda, a team that beat you last year, but you had a good win against Armagh Harps. So after last year's success, to win against Armagh Harps obviously was a massive victory. What have you learned from the Breda defeat though last year?
That's live, mate. You learn you always learn, and it was just straight after that there game, and it's not saying I love, but it was just like, if you don't learn something, then it's not really considered a loss. So Breda were an excellent side last year, and it showed, because they pushed on at Moyne all the way. So the Armagh Harp win was a good stepping stone. Breda was maybe a step too far last year, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. Like, we just
You're
have to
obviously
drive
not
on
thinking of that before today, so now preparations will begin for that one.
I see, that's it. I think we've 2 or 3 weeks towards it, so it'll be a big 2 or 3 weeks.
Just wait there a wee second, but you can't hand the mic over to Orla Prenter. Orla, you're part of the county panel as well, so you have an All-Ireland medal as well, and to back it up now with a county title, but you're free taking. Phenomenal today. I think you finished with 14 points in all. I could be wrong, but I think it's up there with the 14 points. Phenomenal performance.
Yeah, well, a lot of the frees, it was a lot of the other girls that earned them pushing forward. That's part of our plan, pushing up from the back, half backs, getting forward, and that's where a lot of the frees between them and the midfield came from. And then it's just my job to stick them over. It's probably the easiest part of the process. But I was just lucky they were in the shooting zone, and luckily they went over.
You made it look easy, but I don't think they were that easy. But you definitely made them look easy.
I missed a couple, but there's things to work on for the next game. There's a couple of chances we missed, a few one-on-ones, things like that. So stuff like that we'll work on for the next game. But yeah, hopefully push forward and get on further than we did last year.
I'm sure Charlie and Donald will be looking at that he doesn't want everything to be perfect. You want to be learning from each game, but back-to-back titles, it's a massive achievement, because you win one, they always say it's a good team.
You
but to back it up with another one, it's a great team.
That's what they say, but it's great, but we want to do better than last year. Championship last year was great, and then every step on from that was a bonus, but this year we want to be pushing on for Ulster. This was just the first step in the process, and we're going for the Ulster title now.
And just looking at the wee ones and the young children running about, it just shows what it means. Like, you are that driving force, and I'm going to come back to Kathy about the phenomenal year that the club has had in a moment, but it is, you are the prime example, and they're trying to follow you.
Yeah, our underage at Moneyglass would be great. Even look at the age of some of the players in our team, and last year especially, because it's a very similar team to last year. It's a lot of the younger ones that be driving us on through the championship, and even the younger ones come up still are, I don't know, they'll be pushing us in a couple of years' time for our positions. So
That's exactly what you want.
but the underage is massively important to our club, and it's ones stepping in like Kathy and the rest of them that's coaching them all the way up through that is making the difference.
Well done, Orla. You can hand the
Thanks.
mic over to Kathy, because that's what I'm going to touch on now. Kathy, you are part of that underage, under 14 champions, under 16 champions, minor champions, under 15 Fela champions, senior champions. The only little blip come there last weekend, the junior, but that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even call last weekend a blip because that there's a team that we want to be pushing through and putting pressure in the senior team, and that's exactly what they do as reserve players, and it prepares them for getting in the senior team and stuff. But yeah, what the underage girls have done this year have been serious and puts you under a wee bit of pressure in the next couple of years. But it's great for them to see what they can come into, and it's great for us to see that there's girls going to be nipping at our heels in a year or two, and that we just have that there constant cycle of players coming through. So yeah, it's lethal, and whenever you look around, there's so many young people here, and it's class to see.
Yourself and Orla and the rest of you are the role models, and you're involved with the underage as well. That's brilliant that you are getting involved. You're not just concentrating on your own football, you're thinking of the future.
I think you have to. If you forget about the underage teams, then you're going to look in a couple of years and go, who's coming up to back up the senior team whenever girls finish and retire and stuff like that there. So yeah, I think it's, as much as it takes a lot of time and you're squeezing it in sometimes, but they're hungry, and that makes life a lot easier for me whenever you're going and they're dying to play. Like, so
I suppose when you're winning, it makes it easier too.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm not going to hold you back any longer. Go enjoy the celebrations, and
Thank
the
you.
very best of luck in the Ulster Club Championship. I think we may have some of the management coming over to us now. Charlie and Donald. Going to hand it to Charlie first. Derry man. Charlie, come on over here a little bit closer to me. Come on over here a little bit. Good man. Charlie, you weren't here last year. They won their first title. You've in this year. They've backed it up. Was there pressure to back it up?
No, I don't think about pressure. The team knew where they had to be, and they knew where they wanted to be. So, for me, it was an easy task. You know, I never seen a team that's well tuned in to move on another step, and they've took that step now. To won once, to won two, is a good side.
It is a good side, and a great side they are, and they showed that out here this afternoon. Very clinical when the opportunities arose.
Oh, when they get a chance, when they sniff an opening, they'll take it. You know, and we never stop that. Keep going. If the keeper saves it, take the next one. You know what I mean? And that's just the way. That's the way they're brought up. You know, from the coaches that coached them before anybody else come on. You know, from underage, and that's all achievement for Moneyglass. The coaches took game gears before anybody else took them. They've put them in where they are now today. You know, we've just tidied it up a bit. Just looking back in the game, happy enough as a manager of how it went. Just a little bit slow to get started, but I suppose you expected that after what happened last year where Moneyglass blew St Paul's away. You were probably expecting St Paul's to try and come out at the start of the game and lay their marker in the game, but gradually you could just see Moneyglass just taking control of the matter.
Well, me and Donald talked about it, and we thought the first 10 minutes, 15, that St Paul's, after the hiding they took last year, were going to come all guns blazing. And they've done that, and we told them just to be calm. When the options come, stick them. The opens come, and we took them. You know, and when you have a player like Orla, Kathy, and you know, Ryan, they're experienced players, they know when. And Maria, they know, young, but they know when to take it. Like we had two 17-year-olds in midfield today. People doesn't understand that. And up against two county players, seasoned county players, like
there's a lot of young talent.
There's young talent. There's more young talent coming. This is a vibrant club.
And you talked about the experienced players there, and you needed that at the start of the second half when St Paul's got the penalty. Suddenly it was a 6-point game. You were down to 14 players. You had your fullback Emma Louise McGreevy sent to the sin bin. So that's where experienced players need to count. And you just didn't panic at all.
No, we talked about it. Like we got a goal, and our aim is to get the next 3 scores and take that goal off. Like we were a player down, and we still were composing the ball, took the right options, you know, and that's a sign of a good team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's a sign of a good team.
It is indeed. And Charlie, you're a good manager. I'm going to let you hand it over now to the man that was alongside you, Donald. Donald, congratulations. You're a true and true Moneyglass man. So this means so much to you.
Yeah, Alan, it was massive. You know, it was great. coming up here last year and seeing the girls finally getting over the line in the championship, and we enjoyed that, and I was extremely happy when Charlie asked me this year would I come on board with them, and when you're inside the wire, it means a wee bit more as well, but look, this club's a big part of our community, so anything we win, be it under 12 boys or whatever, it's massive.
Just tell me about this bunch of girls, because looking in and just talking to Orla and to Kathy, and in particular Kathy Carey, like everyone knows Kathy and knows what she does, and she's involved with the underage, so it's not just about herself, she's thinking of that club all the time.
Kathy's an excellent role model, excellent. She doesn't do anything or ask anything that she's not willing to do herself. And she's heavily invested in the youth to ensure that the standards keep going. But that squad as a whole, it's really, I was going to say it's hard to explain. It's not. They're unbelievable. Their dedication, their commitment, what they do. We have girls playing camogie, we have girls playing camogie from Monegas and other clubs. The training's on, they're there. You're actually begging them not to train at times just to give their bodies a rest. Just the ambition that they show, they want to improve, they want to be better. They've toiled for a long time there in St Paul's shadow, and it wasn't about beating St Paul's. It was just getting to the standards that they know they're capable of and getting over the line. And look, there's no stopping them now, as we can see. Yeah, no stopping them. You go into Ulster again. You were there last year. I know you weren't involved with the team, but you were there as a supporter. Good win over Armagh Harps in the opening round. Failed to breed us the team that you go in against now. But you feel with the monkey off the back and winning it last year, backing it up again this year with your county title, you feel they'd be better prepared going into Ulster again this year, maybe? Absolutely. Their experience of being in Ulster last year and getting a good win over Armagh Harps. Look, people come on to these things and say it's a bonus. No, it's not. We wanted to win a county title, and we knew if we won a county title we would be going to Ulster. So we'll prepare hard for the next 3 weeks. And look, Breed are a formidable outfit. There'll be favourites going into that game, but we're going to compete, and absolutely we're setting our sights on going further. How far we can go, we don't know. But one step at a time. But we're absolutely we're looking at that game as something that we can win, and we'll push on. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Donald. Thanks, Alan. You can hand the mic over to Mark, and we let Donald go. Well, that brings the curtain down on the Northern Property Antrim Ladies Senior Championship Final. It's back-to-back titles for Moneyglass. Another convincing and wonderful display from the Moneyglass girls. They will now go on and fly the Antrim flag in the Ulster Club Championship. So what's all left for me to say is a massive thank you to Antrim LGFA for inviting us along here to cover this game live. Hopefully, wherever you are, you enjoyed it as much as we do. I'm sure if you're a Moneyglass supporter, you're over the moon and very happy indeed. Commiserations to St Paul's, but I'm sure they will keep coming back each year, and hopefully for them that they will come back and maybe get their hands on that title again. But today belonged to Moneyglass. Thanks again to the Just Content team, to Connor, to Mark, to Josh, to Kiva and to Morgan. Thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoyed it. But for myself, Alan Gunn, it's goodbye from Davitt Park.